friends, it is I, Alphinius Goo. Welcome to Goo Morning, Zyathé, the amazing low-budget production every Saturday morning. Ha-ha, with camera Mandy behind the camera. Say hello, camera Mandy.
Hello.
Ha-ha, with Ben's cups. Ben gave us these gifts when we were in Germany and some other things as well. We thank you, Ben. And James was magnificent, and Giza, and Amy, and we saw Tyrone, yes, and it was just a wonderful time, a magnificent time, which I already told everybody about, so I won't bore you with it again, camera Mandy.
I mean, I think everybody likes to hear about other people's vacations, like
especially
constantly.
If I did a slideshow.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
With like 350 pictures.
Yeah,
yes,
I think that's what everybody's
favorite thing is. And here we are standing in front of something somewhere. Yes, that's not a good thing. Anyway, today we have a great stream. We're going to have a fun time. We're going to talk about Gen Con for sure. We're going to, and by the way, those of you who are joining us who are game masters for Gen Con, and we're doing a little thing afterwards. So we'll end the stream right around 11 o'clock, okay, like we normally do Mountain Time. And then for about 20 minutes thereafter, 25 minutes thereafter, we're going to do a review of the magnificent Darkness in Genzacon, the new limited edition, which our game masters are running the first portion of at Gen Con. And I think it's a lot of fun. It's never been play tested, so we don't know for sure. So this is like something that's like, whoa, we're going to try this out with a cold run. But we are pretty confident that it's going to be interesting, if not wildly entertaining. We are hopeful. So
wildly entertaining.
It's interesting.
We need to put that on a Facebook ad.
Wildly
Darkness in Genzacon. Wildly entertaining.
Yes, it is. Ooh,
yes.
Yes, it needs me, or no, it needs Alfabio if you're going to say wildly entertaining. Yes. Anyway, let us not discuss that. I don't even talk about it. Anyway. Sorry,
you went off on a trail there. I didn't even need to.
Down the rabbit trail. Yes, very good. So we're going to talk about Gen Con. We're going to talk about Darkness in Genzacon, the new limited edition thing. And all of you who are not going to Gen Con, do not worry. We negotiate every year with our friends at Gen Con when we do this to allow us to sell Darkness in Genzacon for about a month and a half afterwards, while supplies last, of course. The limited edition ones, so people who don't go to Gen Con, who are our Gooey friends, can get them. And they are very special. You know, I have one signed by Peter, and Peter, I'm hoping will sign this next one for me as well. So I'm hoping to have two of them signed by Peter, which is magnificent. I think we gave away one that was signed by Peter, did we not?
We did when Peter was here.
Yes, fun.
Yeah, and then on top of that,
but that was Shadows in Genzacon. That was the first one.
Shadows in Genzacon. And then if you want both the limited edition and the regular edition, that will also be for sale coming up here. We just got to get new portraits made. Correct.
Yes. We will not sell the regular edition until after we get done selling the limited runs, right? That's what we do, or do we sell them at the same time? I didn't think we did them at the same time. I don't know. Anyway, I still got to do portraits for them. So basically what happens is we have wonderful portraits in this. The primary difference, there's some other differences as well, but the primary difference of the limited edition is that it has portraits of our marvelous friends from Gen Con. And this year, so this is Brian Lewis, and Brian is Shrumper. And Brian was very instrumental in the years of Wizards of the Coast. He's an attorney and a wonderful man. And
I think a lot of us got to know him very well during the controversy.
Oh, yes, absolutely. He was out there. Yes, he was definitely out there and talking. And so Brian is one of the featured characters with Shrumper. And there's a number of them, and we can go through them. There's Danielle Bainberry, right? She's a wonderful Gen Con person, and we love her. And she is so enthusiastic. She actually dug into the lore a little bit. It was really fun. So they're really wonderful characters. There's the Jays, the fourth greatest bard in the Gloomport.
Fourth.
That's how he described himself in his wonderful little thing.
Funny.
Yes. And we are very excited about. How come they look kind of stretched, camera Mandy?
They're not stretched.
No.
Oh, no, on your TV they are, because I didn't have time to.
Oh.
It's the whole TV is stretched, but not on the actual
It makes me
stream.
look much thinner. Can we do this regularly?
No.
A little more stretchage?
And nobody on the stream knows what you're talking about. It's the TV that Alphinius is looking at right now.
The TV that I look at has everything a little elongated to the north and the south. Yes, and so this makes you look a little thinner.
I just want to say JC, though, here.
Yes,
let me get you off track.
Yes.
JC is the one who helps me with the game show every year, and he is really a phenomenal human being. I really love working with him.
Yes, magnificent, and we love him, and we're excited to bring. This is, of course, Limar, and Limar. This is La'amar Maxatu, and La'amar Maxatu is from the Darkenhaven University, and Le'amar Baxatu is actually the primary leader of who is investigating this fair fall for Lord Peter Wezakost. So it's very interesting, yes. And this is Valinus, who is Mike Boozer.
Mike Boozer.
Yes. Thank you. Goodness gracious. You know, I must tell you something, and I want you all to hear me on this. If you come up to me in Gen Con and I blank your name, do not feel badly. It is a brain thing. Just give me a hug and say, "It's me, you dummy."
Just smack him over the head. Literally just hit him.
But Valonis is one of the folks, along with Jays the Bard. I don't know if it's the Jays or Jays, so I have to ask JC when we talk to him. And Trumper, who can join the party and help them as NPCs. So these are the ones that can join the party. The others are more investigating. And then do you have yes, of course. And there's Lord Peter Wezakost, who is a Fusilier and the lord of the Genzacon Citadel. And there is Mason Culverin, who is Megan, and Megan is the first person who got us into Gen Con in the first place. She is fairly high up the food chain, if you will, now. She is a fantastic rep of their organization and has helped us a lot at Gooey Cube, and we love her dearly. So we're excited to have them. And then, of course, this is Derek. Yes, Derek Goudur. Yes, the captain of the guard. And Derek is also a magnificent employee of Gen Con and has helped us magnificently and has supported us well. And we have done our best and do our best to support him back with our incredible Gooey game show and our Gooey game masters, our Gooey game room. So we just are excited to have them all in there. They'll all be in the limited edition one. And then there's a couple of pieces, I think 1 or 2 pieces of artwork that also contain Lord Wezakost and Mason Culverin and Derek Gaidur, and that will be changed as well in the revised version. So if you want to get one of those, do not worry. And you're not at Gen Con, you can get it afterwards. So and we'll go through some of this stuff at the end a little more in depth when we talk about the module itself, when we're talking to the game masters. So if you're going to play in that game, don't stick around after the 11 o'clock hour when we do the Game Master review, because you get lots of spoilers. Yes, absolutely. So anyway, I hope, aren't they marvelous? So, and that's another thing, Cameraman D. You know, we got 6 more portraits we're doing for our magnificent people. So we've got, it just keeps growing. Our list of NPCs keeps growing. And then Ben just sent me, he wants to do 2 more portraits for his friends.
Wow.
And goodness gracious, it's
let me write that down, because I didn't get that email.
Yes, I know you're going to forget it. Yes,
guys, copy me on emails you send to Alphinius. I'm just going to be frank with you. Copy Cameramandy at gooeycube.com. Put me on, and things are more likely to get done. You're pretty good, Alphinius. I want to be very clear. You get a lot of stuff. I don't want to be throwing you under the bus here.
Oh, I'm right under the bus.
But yeah, it's far more likely to get done if me and Cody are copied on it.
Yes, no, that's true. We're also going to do a little book club today, because we haven't done that in a while. We're going to read about Subloom, and we're going to talk about what we're doing at Gen Con, and we kind of got off track, and we already did.
I have some beef. With this. I'm going to talk about this right now.
Why?
So, you look at this Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves figure.
Yes.
And you this is.
Cut to you, cameraman.
I can't.
Yes,
on
you
this
can.
one. I'll cut over to me in a second.
Nose.
Okay. So everyone has seen this picture before. Everyone has seen what this mini looks like. Hold on one second. Let me cut to myself before you do anything.
Just mute.
There we go. I am going to mute you. Okay. Here we go. We're just going to wait for him, because there's no point. And he's going to get me off my rant. Okay. So you would assume, from that picture, maybe that the bard comes with the cube, right?
Oh, yes.
So the bard, first off, does not come with the cube. But then second off, we assembled it. Hold on. And it looks like this, which is...
Yeah, it doesn't have the goo.
It's okay.
No, it doesn't have the goo at all. Yeah, I agree with you. It's just a box.
It's just a box with a little hand sticking out. Now, don't get me wrong. I do love it. Rob gave us the box for a gift, and then we bought the bard because it was
you had to buy the box.
I know. And we're also giving one of these away at our booth at Gen Con. So we actually have 2 of them currently that dear Carrie assembled for me.
Yes,
But
and
yeah.
Rob, thank you. You're magnificent.
Yes.
But they
I know, it's
they need
just
to be a
not
little
quite-
less cheap.
It's just not quite what you would expect from the picture on the box.
No more rentage.
So, anyway, that was all. That was
All right. Well,
that was all I had to say.
Excellent ranting, Camera Mandy. I hope but let's just do this in the chat real quick. Oh, Camera Mandy, you're not going to believe what I discovered at my house.
Please tell me it was more prizes for the Gooey Game Show because you were totally looking for them last night, and you have it totally under control, and we're not going to have to worry about it.
I found a number of, and I still have a couple that I'm keeping for myself, but I have a couple of the proof decks of the deck of Perilous Fortuity still at my home that I did not realize I had.
Oh, you should bring them in. I do also have some of those.
Oh, do you have some? Oh, how many do we have? I didn't think we had.
I think we have like 4 or 5 here at the
we
office.
need to give a few of those out at the game show. So they're special. There's not many of them, right? There's only about, I think we only made 50 or 60 of them total in the world, right? And they're oversized, so you know that they're the proof deck because they're bigger. And so yeah, we'll have to do that. So I've got a bunch of things that I'm going to be bringing, and I think Dave Taylor was sending us some additional copies, right?
Yes, we're gonna do a big, because like Jeff Hall, who is one of the here. Let me actually, I'll cut because I know you get it.
Okay, we're bouncing all over. So we're going to the Gooey Game Show now. This is our next topic that we.
So So Jeff Hall, we have like a great lineup, by the way, for the Gooey Game Show.
Yes.
So we got Jeff Hall, who is an RPG writer and also did the Tremendous Tome, which I have here. The Tremendous Tome. This is my copy. So.
That was the crystal ball.
Nothing happened.
We love Camera Mandy. She's just a little clumsy.
It's fine. We're getting off the track.
Continue.
Anyway, Jeff Hall is going to do a really wonderful giveaway with the Tremendous Tome for his team. So if you like the Tremendous Tome, join whatever team Jeff Hall. I'm not sure yet if it's going to be Team Calopia, Team Fleegan, or
we'll
Team.
figure it out.
I know when we get there, we just let them pick. So anyway, so we're going to be doing that. We have Peter Adkison joining us for the Great Gooey Dungeon Game Show.
Yes.
And he is going to be on at the same time as his friend Armando the Bard.
Yes.
And so the two of them, I'm sure, because they do Actoroki together.
Yeah.
Is that how you say it? Actoroki?
Yes, Actoroki.
Yeah, so I'm sure the two of them. And I hear tell he might bring cosplay. So
we'll have to see.
I'm just saying. And we need to make sure you're in your costume this year for it.
Yes, I want to.
Last year you were in sweatpants and a green Gooey Cube t-shirt.
It's much more comfortable.
Yes, but let's be in your costume for this one.
Do you know how much that robe is? Do you know how hot that robe is? All right.
Sorry, I was looking at a question from Geeky. Geeky, I will answer this
Hi,
question in
Geeky.
a little bit. Don't get me off track.
All right, keep going.
Okay, we have Stefan and
and
Nate from Dwarven Forge coming
Yes.
for the game show. And there's one other person.
Todd.
Thank you. Todd. And
Tommy
Todd
Rice.
is going to be helping us build the dungeon. So if you've been looking at Todd's beautiful...
There was another thing that just happened. I don't know what that was.
This is why I should never be on camera. Normally my clumsiness is not as advertised. So,
in the dexterity roll, Camera Mandy was just a little light.
my first class I ever played was a rogue.
Yeah. You should play
Wish fulfillment.
You should play a clumsy rogue.
Wish fulfillment. Oh my God, that's so funny. That's a great hook.
That'd be a great character.
That is
clumsy
a
rogue,
great hook. Anyway.
I should make Shrumper the clumsy rogue. Yes.
Oh, was Trumper a rogue?
Shrumper is an operative for Wazecost, and a very trusted operative. Has done many things at his behest that are important to the protection of the Gloomport and the Citadel. So he is an interesting character, to say the least. And it fits with what Brian, through the years, has done with Peter as well. So
I like
it's a wonderful little side tale, that Easter egg thing that lives within it. So it is a wonderful, wonderful thing. So anyway, the game show is going to be fantastic. Well, you've got a ton of prizes to give away, and not just for the people in this audience, which the people who are watching online as well. We're doing the same thing we always do.
Including a $200 gift card
Yes,
to the grand winner of the online team.
Yes, the online team gets a $200 gift card. When you spend $1,000, that's, no, I'm just kidding. It's not. No, you get a $200 gift card at gooeycube.com. That's exactly right. So no, it's going to be spectacular. And by the way, it is sold out.
And in the room, yes.
Yes. Now, that doesn't mean you can't sneak up there with one of those special tickets and probably get a little standing room only kind of thing going on, because I think the room can accommodate more people.
Yes.
But right now, it is sold out. So we are very excited for the next Gooey Game Show.
This is going to be such a well-produced show. Because I'm not producing it, because the Gen Con team is. So it's not a low budget production. So yes, please do join us. The team is amazing. It's going to be a great time. Here's some great photos from the event that Todd posted.
Yes.
And yeah, it's going to be absolutely amazing.
Yes. Gosh, Camera Mendy, the one at the bottom, that was the first time we ever did it, right? Or
no, that was the Dungeon of Dunix.
Right?
So I think we did it 3 times before we did the dungeon. But the dungeon is where Dunix is where we really refined the game show to what it was.
Yeah.
So, anyway, speaking of Todd, he had a great post. I'm just going to transition over here.
So we're going away from, I wanted to talk, okay.
I'll go back to
We will come back to Gen Con.
Oh, we have more on Gen Con. I'm just going to spread it throughout. I don't want to bore everyone who's, give it some variety.
Oh, variety. Okay,
yes.
Let's go ahead. Let's do this then. Okay. And then we'll do more about Gen Con in a minute.
Yes.
Yeah, this is Todd.
Yeah, so Todd made a wonderful post. And he said something really poignant.
He did.
Which is, ultimately, it's not about the rule set or the dice or the minis or train. It's about the smiles. If you see the smiles, that's a successful session.
Yes.
And I 100% agree with you. Doesn't even matter if it's really, like he said, not about the rule set.
Absolutely.
I mean, yesterday I was in a car with my twin nieces for...
To you. Oh, these poor people. And I'm sitting here
they're looking at Todd.
Well,
okay.
I guess that's true.
I just want to say, okay. So yesterday I was in my car with my twin nieces, and we had a long drive. We went up to the Butterfly Pavilion, which is in Denver, in traffic, and blah, 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 blah. Anyway, we were playing D&D, which was essentially just pretending to, role play out a scenario with a castle and a princess and blah, blah, blah. We didn't have any dice or anything like that. But, their little imaginations, you know?
Yes. Camera Mendy, when we were kids... There were very few miniatures. There are very, very few. Grenadier was the company that made most of the miniatures, and a company called Rao Partha. There was also, some smaller groups like Superior Minifigs, and at that time, Games Workshop was also pretty rudimentary. But I'm trying to remember, and I don't believe they came until into the 80s. So in the 70s, I believe it was mostly Rao Partha and Grenadier that I recall, thinking back upon it. And the problem with Rao Partha figures and the Grenadier figures is that they were really very different scale. They were big and little, right? But we didn't care, right? And we couldn't paint for crap, it was just... And we had dominoes that we had painted gray that were our walls, and we had a battle mat underneath it. And that was what we did. And the games were magnificent. So Todd is exactly right. It's not about... Now, I happen to be a terrain freak, and I love miniatures and all of that stuff, and it's been a 40-year wonderful career of collecting, right? But you don't need it for the game. It is just an additional accoutrement if you lean that way. I know some people very well, some very good friends, who prefer to just sit around in chairs and do entirely theater of the mind. They don't even roll dice.
Oh.
So, yeah. So it's different strokes for different folks, as they say, right, Camera Mendy?
I think ultimately, right? It's ultimately at the end of the day, one thing that I think was really clear when we went through the whole 5e thing was that D&D is not a rule set at all. It's people coming together to imagine together and to play together.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, the rule set helps facilitate that, but you can't take that away. You can't, no matter what, even if you don't even have the 5e rules books or anything like that, you can still play and still have an amazing time.
Yes,
and
yes.
Anyway, sorry.
Anyway, so Todd is right.
At the end of the day, this is just a PSA.
And what I say all the time, all us game masters ever care about is just tell us you had a good time.
Have a great time.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's all we ever care about.
I did a
We live for the, hey, that was a fun game, bro.
Yeah. I did a one-shot for my best friend's birthday on Tuesday, and I planned it from start to finish. Never more have I been more determined to sell Gooey Cube stuff, because, God, planning from scratch is just so much freaking work. But I love that we have the stats and everything like that. But with that said, at the end of the day, all you want to hear after all that work is, that was super fun.
Yeah.
That was so much fun.
That is the truth.
Anyway, sorry, we're getting off topic.
No, this is the truth. Todd is right. That's not right. It's very much on topic. And of course, we love Todd's builds. And thank you, Todd, for always putting up these things. And others do as well. And we appreciate this is a disturbing. I am not wanted.
I love the picture that was chosen for this.
Goulian is not my name.
This is a multiverse that is happening.
This is
what happens when you put your work out there for the world to consume. So somewhere in Patrick's world there is an Alphonse Goulian.
Yes.
Goulian. This is canon in Patrick's world. Just think about
Patrick's
it that way.
gonna win the shenanigans again, but I got to give some points to Geeky as well. He threw some stuff up there, and yeah. So
I missed it. I'm sorry. I've not been as good about being on top of Facebook.
Forgive us, y'all, for the timing. And remember, we extended the giveaway on the map because of Gen Con and all of this.
Yeah, we will do it after Gen Con,
Yes,
and I'm sorry about that.
No, sorry, because there's an extra map.
Yeah, we're giving away 2.
Yeah, so now there's 2 being given away, that not one of those big, wonderful Darkenhaven
Why don't we go ahead and
poster
do
maps.
hashtag maps right now?
Do you want to do that?
Yeah, let's do hashtag
All right,
maps.
friends. So the way this works is those of you who watch this stream consistently, you get extra entries every time, an extra entry every time you put in hashtag maps in this chat for the Twitch, okay? So you want to put in hashtag maps, and that will qualify you for an extra entry into winning that wonderful, huge, what is it? So it's going to be
like 36.
No, 36 inches.
No, it's like double 36 inches.
It's 17 by 22. It's 10, 20, 30, 20, 22, 44, 60, 66 inches wide and 34 inches tall.
Alphinius doing math on this.
Yeah, how was that? That wasn't bad. When I actually thought about it, I figured it out. And it, of course, is the magnificent Darkenhaven city, and it has all of the wonderful detail that Edvard spent so much time making. It is one of the most magnificent city maps I've ever seen, and I have collected many of them. It may be the most magnificent city map I've ever seen. So you get a chance to win one of those, and you get extra chances every time you watch the stream. An extra chance every time you watch the stream and put in hashtag maps. So please do that right now and get an extra chance to win the map. We also will be putting up a chance to win in the Gooey Den after Gen Con and in the Discord, so you can get another chance to win there, and you can definitely enter on both of those as well one time. And so that is coming. That is a very exciting a giveaway because it's very special and it's a pretty expensive item, and man, will it look good on your wall. If you got enough room for that, you got something for the wall that is very special, because there won't be many of them in the world. That is for sure. Maybe we should sign those.
The maps?
Yeah, on the back.
On the back, yeah.
Yes, we
you
should.
can sign them on the back, but I think on the front.
Remind me to do that.
That's fine.
That'll make it very collectible.
Yeah.
Okay, it won't, because right now it's worth absolutely nothing. As I have said, you never know.
You know what? 30 years, 40 years from now.
Anyway, let's go back to Patrick.
Once it becomes like kind of a cult hit.
Yeah, right. When we become culty.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So yes, Patrick has declared war on poor Alphinius. Yes,
yeah,
poor me.
Alphonse Goulian.
Yes, I know. This is a different thing, but just trust me on this. It's the Goo Tower is under siege. Mama Goo.
I mean, you glitter bombed something.
I did not glitter bomb him. He thought he was going to get glitter bombed, but we didn't glitter bomb him.
I don't know about that. I think that's what the wanted poster was for.
No, he said he would like to be glitter bombed, but it didn't happen, because I know what a pain in the ass it is to get glitter out of your rug. I have been glitter bombed.
Anyway,
don't ever do it. Cameraman D.
I did not glitter bomb
I want you to open every box that comes into this office for the next 6 months.
Oh my gosh, I already do. I get your mail. Okay. Listen, back to Gen Con.
Yeah,
this
sold
is
out.
Really cool. Everything sold out.
Everything
sold out.
Yeah. And there are others who are not sold out, which says much for the Gooey people.
For the quality of our GM's room.
Absolutely.
Which me and Alphinius can say, because we take very little credit, because that's all Casey and Mark and Matt and Whit and Callie and all those group of people.
Yes, and all the wonderful game masters who go out there and make people's day. Yes. I mean, we hear it all the time. So people come from the game room, they come to the booth where we are, and they say, I just played this game. Your game master was fantastic. What a great game, blah, 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 blah. How much is this? Which I would like to hear when they say that question. That's always good.
Corey is saying, Corey stopped for gas on my way to Indy to see I was late to join, but good morning to everyone.
Hello, so Corey.
Corey, you're going out early.
Yeah, he's got relatives in the area.
Oh, so, nice. Yeah.
Corey joins us for a game every once in a while at my house. So he is, in fact, we had a wonderful little session, sort of semi-zero one with him for a game he is running for me. I actually get to play, which is magnificent.
Ooh, that's very cool.
Yes.
And
good
Corey,
to see you, Corey.
Yes, and Corey, I always want to give Corey credit, because he, along with me and Alphinius are the way that the Dungeon Game Show came to be.
It's true.
He helped create the rules for it.
Yes,
So
he did.
it is
Yes,
what
he
it
did.
is because of Corey.
Yes, he
Cheers
did.
to Corey.
He helped us with the augmentation of them, right? Because
Yes.
we had the wheel and all of that stuff, but he helped us refine it.
Well, we didn't. We had a wheel, but we were like, "What are we
Yeah,
going to
what
do
are we
with the
gonna do
wheel?
with the wheel?
What is the
Yes,
wheel?"
yes,
You were
yes.
just like, "Here's like 1,000 things I want for the game show," and then it's like, "Okay, well, how do all
Corey,
this work
we could
together?"
not have done it without you.
Exactly.
My friend.
Corey is phenomenal. We already went through this,
Yes, we already
but I'm
went
just
through
getting
this,
excited
but
again.
no, it's really. I mean, I'm actually pretty excited about this. So it's a little different from an adventure that I usually write, and I wrote most of it. AJ, great helper, by the way. Don't want to take away from AJ, but like Shadows in Genzacon, I wrote most of this one. Shadows in Genzacon is much more my style. Shadows in Genzacon is a murder mystery, and it's got a lot of intrigue and a lot of discovery and all of that stuff. So the wonderful thing about Darkness in Genzacon is that it follows on from Shadows, but you don't need to follow on from Shadows. You can play it straight up if you wanted to. You'll need to fill in a little bit of backstory, but not much. And it really is much more of a little bit of a hack and slash and puzzle adventure, if you want to call it that. And it also, what I'm very excited about is, you know, I'm a big person about for this idea of plausible, fantastical, reality. I want people to be able to suspend their disbelief relatively easily. And one of the problems that I have with over the years is, as many adventures, right, have created all these wonderful monsters, and I love monsters, they're fantastic, they add to the game and all of that stuff, is that trying to explain where they came from. And in particular, really out there monsters, right? Monsters that why don't they take over the world if they're this powerful? You know, all of the if there's 50 Tarrasques, how does the world even survive? You know, those kinds of questions come up for me because I do believe they hit the suspension of disbelief. So in Darkness and Genzacon, we will tell the origin tale of the Oculix, and I love the Oculix, and I think it is a magnificent creature. And it is definitely not the beholder. It is far different. It has different powers. It has different capabilities, and it is a very, very cool monster that I think you all are going to love. And the wonderful thing about the Oculix is that the origin story is fantastic, and why didn't they take over the world will be answered as we develop the lore of the Oculix. So it is a great tale, and I think that your game masters are going to love it. The first half of the adventure is for the convention, maybe not even half. First third of the adventure is for the convention. It's probably going to be tough to get it in 4 hours, but I think we'll get it close. And it is basically a travel down a very, very deep and very wide shaft that has had magical problems occur within it. So you basically fly the whole time, but you fly in very different fashion than you might be thinking about flying if you've played this game for a long time. So that's the story of it, and I think it's going to be really, really fun. Of course, the folks from Gen Con are featured in it, and it's going to be wonderful. So, all right, Cameramandy. What else you got?
I'm sorry. I'm typing.
Oh, she's typing right now.
I'm typing to Harry.
So Harry, hello, Harry.
Yeah.
Didn't Harry sculpt one of these?
Yeah. That's what we're talking about. I said, do you have one printed? Harry, are you going to Gen Con too? Because I saw that he RSVP'd.
He is.
I'm just saying that
we
maybe
thought he wasn't.
If he has one printed, he should bring it to the convention. Is all I'm saying.
Yes, Harry, maybe one or two of them. Yes.
Yes. So.
Yes.
Anyway, I have a question about the Oculus.
Cut yourself.
Oh my gosh.
Because
it's such a pain in the butt.
because otherwise I sit here and look like an idiot.
You look beautiful.
Well, I look generally like an idiot.
You look
generally,
wonderful.
So. Thank you, dear.
Yeah, Harry's going to bring a printed Oculus. Thank you. Okay, here's my question for you from Randy, or like adapting Randy's comment. Into
Hello,
a question.
Randolph.
Can Oculix, because I talked to Randy about this at Genzacon as well, can they be friendly? Like, what kind of personality could they have?
So okay, I'm going to tell a little bit of spoiler. So if you want to play this, now I know most of y'all are not going to play it. You're going to run it. Okay, so I'm less concerned about talking too much spoily in the stream because most of the people are running it. But if you want to play it, just shut this down for a second. Don't listen. You can watch, but don't listen. So the Oculix were created by the Eterns, and they were created as a war machine for attacking in the Underdelve. This is why they can float. Rather, they don't have to actually come into contact with the surface of the ground, so they can float, they can go up and they can go down and they can do all of this stuff. This is why they can actually extend and contort their bodies quite extensively to fit through smaller holes and all of these kinds of things. Their powers are intended specifically for different kinds of warfare. They can actually dominate the minds of certain individuals. They can cast spells, and they have incredible martial talent as well. So if they are getting in combat, they can deal with that as well. So these were the creations of the Eterns, and they were being made at the end when the whole empire was sort of fraying, and many of the dwarven cities had left the empire. The dark elves were kind of saying, we're done with this. The deeping elves I'm done with this, right? Other groups were leaving, and the Eterns wanted to punish those Underdelve and those Zyathé races and peoples who were sort of leaving the empire, and that was why they created the Oculix. Their timing, however, was very close to the Woe of Ruin. And so the Oculix are not huge in numbers, but they are everywhere, wherever there was conflict in the Zyathé, and it is said they cannot reproduce. But the prime Oculix, the leaders of their groups, may have determined a way to do some cloning and add to their numbers, though it is a complex and not always perfected process, because the high magics are no longer achievable. So anyway, my friends, this is the wonderful tale of this, and your party will actually discover this as they go down into to this place. They will find an ancient laboratory of the Eterns. They will meet an Inzandra Oz named Zon, and they will ultimately have to deal with an Oculix. So that is the tale. So that we will see. We will see if it plays. I think it's going to play, but I don't know if it's going to play. We will see. What do you think, Camera Mandy?
Okay, so we have a few comments. Okay,
yes,
so
please.
To clarify, Oculix is both the singular and plural.
Correct.
Okay.
I thought about doing Oculix, Oculi. I thought about that, but some people said don't do it. Some people said do it. So I don't know. It's still sort of out there, but right now we do it plural and singular.
I mean, just think of it like we mess up like moose all the time.
Moose and moose.
So, I mean, I'm sure that in the world, everybody messes it. Moose and mice. No. Okay. Are they, I'm missing where the comment was, but it was something like, are they boneless like squid or octopus?
So they actually have a chitinous structure, but the chitinous structure is set up in such a fashion that it can, like a snake, right? It can stretch, all the bones are put together in a full network, right? So they're able to, this chitin is able to bend and stretch, and that allows them to be able to move. But it also gives them, like, you see those marvelous what we might call horns, right? So those things extend and with lightning speed, and they are very, very scary martial weapons. Benjo did this artwork, and I described it for him. I told him what we wanted to try to do, and I think it's just magnificent work. And it's our own, right? Which is what I want, right? I want monsters that your players don't know, they haven't played with for the last 20 years and know everything about them and all of that kind of stuff. So we're excited about the Oculix. And other questions, Camera Mandy?
First off, say welcome to the Raiders. We have Raiders for our channel.
Oh, hello, Raiders!
Yes,
if we get a hype train again, I'm going to be freaking out.
We have gotten a lot of subs today, so thank you all so much.
Thank you all, really seriously, for doing this and helping us. And our real goal between now, as we move into the fall, and we work with Luke on this magnificent Guys and Gax project, and as we move into next year and we finish Darkenhaven and the Gloomport, which we are battling for, my friends, I promise you. They're just mammoth productions. But I promise you, when you get them, if you order them in the Kickstarter, you are going to be, oh my gosh, the value of that you're going to get in that box, you're going to be it's just going to be blowing you away.
Hype train is close, says Twitch.
Hype train is close. Anyway, my friends, so thank you for all your support. But our goal is going to be over this next year. I have a wonderful...
We have a hype train coming.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I don't know what it means, but I'm excited about it, you hypers.
You'll have a limited time to earn exclusive. I don't know what that means.
We don't know what this means.
I know.
Thank you for making us hypey, whatever that means. Anyway, my friends, listen. So what we're going to ask you to do for us, especially you who are on here and who are our friends and best fans, is talk to your friends. Talk to people that you know. We have a wonderful thing happening with Paul Butler at Games and Stuff. Paul reached out to me and said, and Paul is in the Mornwood Peculiar Brews adventure. He has a character in there. And he said, I love your products and I want to help you. And he said, I want you to make me an end cap and we're going to put your stuff very much in front of people in our new store. And, we have never really had much success in retail because people don't understand what our products are, right? When you look at them, they don't look like what you're used to, right? They're not a perfect bound book, right? They're boxes a lot of times. And so we need more hand selling and support. But with people like Paul making an effort and putting energy behind our products, that might just very well have him do very, very well with our products. Because I do believe that many people, when they buy one, they buy another. So our goal is going to be to really add to our fandom and push, and we're going to ask you to help us as much as you can.
Well, Michelle just gifted 10 Tier 1 subs. Thank you so much. And that got us to another hype train.
Now, is Michelle, we talked about this. You're coming to Gen Con, yes?
I don't think she's coming to Gen Con this year.
That's right. I think she told me she was not. You need to come for a day. Just fly out for a day, my dear. Goodness gracious.
We want to party with Michelle and everyone. Yes.
Well, thank you, Michelle. You are dear and wonderful, and we appreciate you so much. And Michelle has been gooey almost from the beginning, right?
I know.
And she came out and we played a wonderful adventure, and I'm going to have to do that again. Maybe we need a little gooey convention here somehow. We need to figure out how to do, not a real...
I think it's called Genghis Con.
No, not a convention. Wrong term. Come out and play with a bunch of friends for a weekend. Something like that.
I think it's called Genghis Con.
Well, it's true. Genghis is our home convention.
I actually had like a thought for Genghis Con.
Yeah, what? Cut yourself.
Oh my goodness.
Camera.
It's so much work to
press I know.
cut.
Just push that button.
Yeah, I know. Okay, here was my idea for Genghis Con, was that we book a hotel room that's specifically for Gooey Gaming, and we stream all weekend long.
Oh.
From you run games all weekend long, and we do 10-hour streaming days.
We should ask Donnie and Andrea about that. Andrea. So that would be a good thing that we would do. That actually.
Donnie's in the chat right now.
What's up, Donald?
Yeah. So that was just an idea. He says presidential suite, but I know that they use that for other things too. But I'm talking just like a room that we have the streaming stuff set up in, and every day.
And Donnie, if you want, maybe we could put together a little celebrity table too, if you want to do something like that. So let's think about that. How we might.
Because I tear down all of the equipment in the studio to bring it up for the Gooey Game Show. So I'm like, we might as well stream all weekend long if we can, so
and that would add to Genghis as well, give them some support, which would be wonderful.
So that was
absolutely.
Well, we are so off track right now.
No, I think we're doing good. And by the way, friends, if you don't know about it, and I think most of you who are here do, Genghis Con is really our home convention, and we fill it up with gooey people, and we have all kinds of gooey games. And Casey was the con of the con just last time, and we have the game show, and it is really, really a wonderful convention. And I encourage you to please consider, coming to join us at Genghis Con in February. So I think it's the last weekend in February, typically, Donnie. I think it is. Come join us and play with us and have fun. I think if you asked anybody who came last year or the year before, they will tell you it is really a magnificent time. And it's such a wonderful thing to go to a convention where you know a lot of people. It's not so huge, right? I love Gen Con. I love Gen Con. It is a megalithic madness. It is magnificent. It is all of that stuff. But there is something special about a smaller convention where you know a lot of folks and it's just intimate. And Genghis is that for us. So we'd love to have you come join us in February.
There's more hype going on. We finished level 4. I think we just beat our record for hype train. Thank you, Ben.
Can somebody tell us what a hype train really is?
Yeah, it is. It's just a way to get people excited, and they spend money.
Don't spend money.
I know. But they're gifting, well, the
They
idea
give
is
subs to other people.
yes,
And so
exactly.
people can check
So
it out.
Ben just gifted 5 Tier 1 subs.
Thank you, Ben.
Oh, you gave one to my sister. She'll be so excited. So
Cheers
yes.
to you, Ben.
But yeah, it's just
cheers
a
to
fun
you.
way. It's just how Twitch has made it more interactive to like engage on their platform, you know, versus like YouTube.
Yes.
I know they have other things on YouTube, but you guys, this means so much to us,
Thank
and
you.
it does help us
Spread the word.
because we get a lot of the revenue from Twitch. Takes a little portion, but we also get
Yeah, it
a lot
helps
of the
us,
revenue
right? And every little
with our
piece
stream.
helps. You know, every little piece
Yes,
helps. When we
and you
all-
get access to the custom.
oh yeah, the little emojis.
Yeah. So, and
Yes.
David is the one who helped me like put the emojis in, and so
David.
So anyway, wow, what if we were totally off the rails? I'm not even done with social media yet,
All right,
guys.
let's keep going. That's right, because we've been doing
It's
other things in between.
10:42,
It's
I
okay.
know.
We're doing fine.
Okay.
Are everybody enjoying this? This
Yeah,
this
I
kind
think
of,
we got to level
loose
4
stream
hype train,
today?
so I think that we're doing okay. Okay, this is really cool from Carrie. Just a
Oh,
very cool set of
yes.
dice from it's
Yeah,
from Dispel Dice.
I think I'm gonna have to get those.
Oh, you should.
I think
Yeah.
I got to get those. So, in fact, maybe what we should do is let's reach out to them, Camera Mandy, and let's buy a couple of them, and let's give away one on
Ooh, okay.
Zyathé.
Yeah, we could do
You
that.
put that on your little list so we remember, because I forget all this crap when I say it all the time. Did I say crap? My bad.
Oh my goodness! I think we just got all-time record shattered. Oh, why do they not warn me when these things are happening? I want to get it on video.
Oh, she should be videoing this.
We just got level 5
Level
hype train.
5 hype train.
You know, people are gonna watch this on YouTube afterwards, and oh my gosh, thank you all so much.
Thank you, friends.
But yes,
This
I
is-
love this idea. So we'll get 2 sets of these dice, and we'll give a set away
Yes,
on the
because
stream.
I want one to, and I want to buy one myself. So
Yes.
maybe we'll buy one for buy a 3rd set. But let's do that. Let's reach out to them and tell them we want to do that, because I think these are right up our alley. Carrie was absolutely correct.
Yes.
So, all right, keep going.
Okay, next up.
Oh, Michelle, this I was enamored.
We need to. I wish I could show the video of this. So if you have not seen this on Facebook, go look at Michelle's video. Can you imagine if you set a game at this and you were able to use this as like a set
So
for?
Mandy,
Yes.
if you look at I believe it is East Verdestia, there is a ship in like this illustrated in I believe it's East Verdestia. Somebody tell me for sure, but I believe it is correct. And it is I looked at it and I'm like, oh, I should get this, because if I get this, then I can run that in without having to actually figure out how to construct it. I mean, it is made of cardboard, I believe. It is a cardboard. I don't believe it's plastic, right?
I think it is
Michelle,
cardboard.
is it cardboard? It is a cardboard, and you basically put it all together. And watch this video. It is, what a wonderful little model. I mean, just spectacular. So
You could run like a full like a whole campaign on the ship.
absolutely.
It would be
yes.
so much fun and such an immersive way to get your players.
And I don't think
set
it was
the
really
scene.
expensive. Michelle, you'll have to give us some answers about some of those things.
Tell us about it, Michelle.
Yes,
Your
yes, indeed.
Foam board is what she said.
Foam board, yes,
Nice.
yes. Really, really. So it's very lightweight.
Michelle,
too.
can you post the link to this in the chat so
Yeah,
that way?
do that so folks can check it out, because it was wonderful. Really worth looking at. Okay. So long ago in my home game, a character appeared named Noggleboffin. And Noggleboffin was a halfling softling combo, and our party hated him. Vitriolic hatred, all right? And he was perfect. He was the perfect nemesis. He was one of many, but he was like, you know how you have different nemesis as you run through campaigns, and different people show up and they come, and right? And when you're in the city, you need a good gang. You need a good gang, right? At least one. We had Noggleboffin's gang, and they hated him. And they hated him so much that I felt like he has to be shared with the world. And so, yes, Noggleboffin is created, put him up on Facebook, and lo and behold, Marvelous Harry sculpts him. Yes! So,
I love it.
So we are excited about his group of halfling and softling gang that run around and create mayhem, and between the Gloomport and in the Boogerton. But they are more in Boogerton, I believe, than in the Gloomport. So we'll see what shows up in Darkenhaven. I believe that they're going to show up a little bit as we go forward. So thank you, Harry, for a magnificent sculpt, and one that I will be getting with my subscription to Harry's Minis soon, because I want to have Nagelboffen at my table. Anyway, that is that one, Camera Mandy. So who is texting you?
Oh no, I was just gifting subs.
Oh, you were gifting subs
from my own account. So I just gifted 5 subs.
Yes.
So now we're at, hold on, I think we just hit level 7 hype train.
Wow. Level
Hi.
7.
Sorry. So anyway.
All right, so that's good.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to get on the joy of giving subs.
Thank you. Well, I'll do something next week, since I can't really do it when I'm sitting here.
No, it's fine.
I will figure out something.
You got it covered. Next week we will not be on air because we will be at Gen Con.
Are we doing any kind of a stream from Gen Con? We have to do a stream from Gen Con.
How am I going to do a stream from Gen Con?
Saturday morning.
Like what, on my phone?
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll figure it out. We're going to be on next week from Gen Con. I'm not sure what we're going to do, but we're going to be saying hello to you from Gen Con one way or the other. We'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Even if it's a really low budget production.
Okay, I'm just going to put out Saturday is the busiest day at the booth, so really you need to be
but remember, it starts early, because 10 a.m. is 8 a.m. where we're going to be.
Yeah, and so
we can do an 8 a.m. to 8:30. We could probably do it from the booth. At least give a little fun out there for our friends.
Okay.
Yes.
We'll figure it out.
And if you don't want us to do that, say don't do it, and then we won't do it. But we really would like to do it. I think it'd be a lot of fun. Like maybe we can walk around the dealer hall.
I will be doing some recording while I'm out there.
Yeah, let's do something. I will be bringing out
my camera.
A little bit of Gen Con thing.
Okay.
So.
Anyway.
Oh yes, and this was why I couldn't be here.
I know you were not here. Okay, I meant to put this up last week. This is our last social media for the day. I'm not even sure we're going to get through a club because it's already 10:48.
We're rolling.
But listen, this is Jan, and this is the story of Jan. Is that the GMs were here? Oh my goodness, I forgot about that. Okay, so the story of Jan is that the GMs were here putting together all the stuff for Gen Con. And suddenly, like, there's like a doorbell ring, and I'm like, who is that? And so I go, and she goes, I'm here. And I'm like, for who? And she's like, for Gooey Cube. And like, she was just someone who found us on Google Maps. She's played the Red Star Rising campaign and just popped in for a visit to come check out our Gooey headquarters. Fortunately, we have something to show because we have the dungeon here.
Yes, of course.
So we got her, a nice picture in the throne, but she was all about it. She was like, I'm 68 years old and I'm playing D&D for the first time. We called Alphinius. She took a picture with AJ. She was so excited to meet everyone. So this was like genuinely a big moment for me because it's like she didn't even know who I was and she didn't know who Alphinius was. She was just someone who loved our materials, had played the Red Star.
Did you tell her about the stream?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So maybe she's watching. Jan, are you watching?
And I got her onto the Facebook. She wasn't on the Facebook group or anything. Like, I mean, I'm telling you, she was like truly someone who just played her materials, loved her materials, and like just wanted to come stop in. Like I said, she didn't know who we are.
I cannot just cut to me for a minute. I just want to say something.
Yes.
Because watching this stream every weekend are some of our bestest friends. They are. Some of you have been around right from the beginning. Some of you have supported us, some of you in ways that I can't even tell you. Not just buying our stuff, but telling other people and all of that. And from the bottom of our hearts, without you, I don't think there would be a Gooey Cube in my heart of hearts. And it is incredibly meaningful to us because we are going to continue on this mission and we are going to continue to make these wonderful things that we believe enhance the game and make it better for players and make it better for game masters. And I must tell you that so Ms. Goo, I tell Ms. Goo, we're going to go to Europe and we're going to meet some of our Gooey friends out there. And at first she's like, you're going to go visit with people on the internet. This is how people get murdered.
Not so much anymore.
No.
Not. I mean, there used to be a lot more horror stories about that. But
she was joking. Yes. So we went out there. And James and Amy first were just wonderful. And we so enjoyed our time in England with them. And then we went to Germany, and Ben and Giza were incredible hosts and wonderful friends. And truly, we're making lifelong friends. I mean, this is the truth. And we were running around in Germany, and we met others of Ben's friends. David was there, and we just it was so wonderful. And then at the end of the trip, of course, we went and saw Tyrone and met his girlfriend Audrey, and sat with them. And you know, this is something that doesn't happen unless we had Gooey Cube. And I cannot tell you, you know, Genghis Khan, to look forward to Genghis Khan and giving hugs to all of you who love what we're doing and have helped make it better and have your characters in the world and all of this stuff. Nobody's ever done this. It's never been done. It's because it's too hard. So anyway, from the truly bottom of our hearts, for you all here especially, thank you for helping us, and we will see how this continues. But I'm excited for Guys and Gags, and then we're going to do another Kickstarter in probably January or February, which will probably round out the Red Star Rising campaign, and might take us to Sundestia or might make us a monster book. I'm not sure yet, but it's not going to be like that last Kickstarter, because we're not going to put ourselves through what we put ourselves through trying to make all of that product in a very, very short period of time. It's not going to be the same. So in any case, thank you, truly. That there, cameraman, was that too schmaltzy?
That was very sweet.
Well, I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I mean it. I mean, you know, knowing Casey and Geeky and meeting Michelle, right? And you know, I mean, Nessa and just, I mean, I could name hundreds of people that have enriched my life.
Aww.
Truth.
I totally agree. I mean, I will say, like, going out and getting like Gen Con and Genghis Con and Gary Con, I think those three especially, getting to go out and sit with our people and talk with our people and hear the encouragement. And I mean, because it does get to be a lot. Like, planning for Gen Con, you should see how disastrous our office is. It is a disaster. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of stress. But it means, I can't tell you how much it energizes me when I actually get to talk to people and interact, and they tell us how much we mean to them. And Jan just like popping by.
Yes, I mean
random Jan, who, sorry, she's not random.
I mean,
she's
Belinda,
but you know,
and Brad dresses up as Alfabio, right?
Yes.
And Rob and his Zix Gramus, who wouldn't exist in the world of, it wouldn't be in the world of Zyathé, right? Yeah. And you think about it all, right? Elijah Sulrima and I mean, it just goes on and on.
It just means the world. It genuinely does.
And I want to tell you something, y'all. Please know this. This old man, this is a dream. This is this old man's dream to do this. I thought about it for more than a decade, about a collaborative world. I just believed it could happen, and it is happening, and it is happening because of you wonderful folks. And so, can't wait to hug y'all at Gen Con who are going to show up there. I can't wait to play with you and then laugh with you and sing Myron the Ugly Troll. I'm working on another song, by the way, that I think is pretty good. But
everyone just learned Myron.
Yeah, we're bringing words this time.
I finally got it down to print out the lyrics.
Yeah, very good. So we'll sing it. We'll sing that and have libations and eat ice cream and laugh and have fun and play games in the Gooey game room and all of that stuff. I mean, you know, you think about Austin and James, right? And you know, it just continues, right? Marvelous Stacy, right? I mean, our game masters, right? I'm Charles, right? And you think about Carrie, and I mean, it's just, I'm looking the wrong way because I need to be looking this way if I'm looking at cameraman.
It doesn't matter. It's only you on the screen. You just need to be looking at the.
It just is. You all, you know. I mean, Josh and Kaya. We went down to Utah and we ate at their place and played games, and I got to meet all their little daughters, and it's just, you know, and crazy Jim Kenny and his wife Kathy, who, you know, I'm seeing them very, very soon. It's just it gets me almost teary.
Yeah, it is a fun. It's hard. Getting into gaming is hard.
It's the hardest. Listen, I want you to understand something. But hold on, cameraman.
Oh, okay.
This guy Kim is a really good marketing guy. I promise you. I mean, I'm not, with all humility set aside, 30 some years, almost 40 years, I have made, I promise, me not alone, with a wonderful team, have made a lot of people, a lot of businesses, a lot of money. I can't figure this game thing out yet, but we're going to figure it out. Come hell or high water, Camera Mindy. Come hell or high water.
I have something from the chat. Okay.
Yes.
You have all changed so much for me. Encouraged me and supported me, accepted me no matter the struggles. Most importantly, you have reminded me that storytelling belongs to everyone. Anyone can come together at the table and create a marvelous adventure. No disability or need can hold them back if we are willing to work together as a team. So, that means a lot.
Can't. Yeah.
So, I think that...
May I do the book club?
I mean, it is 10:57.
I have time to read a bloom.
Okay.
Because Belinda wants the book club, and I love Belinda. So, as we have been progressing through the weirded world, we have been talking about each of the continents. And again, part of the idea behind this was to, again, have fantastical reality, right? So we have places, right? If you're a giant who is sort of liking really hot places, you're really going to be primarily found in really hot places. You're not going to be found in places that are cold. Also, the giants in the world of Zyathé are reasonable giants. They're not 400 feet tall or any of this craziness, right? Because again, I want people to be able to look at the world and say, I understand how they live and how they eat and why they haven't taken over the world, right? This is the whole thing about, again, the Tarrasque, right? I think in Zyathé there will be one. And I think it will be actually one of the constructions from the ancient war of the gods. And so even if you slay it, it comes back, I think. So this is what we're playing with, is to try to make these things actually make sense, right? So in Abloom and Subloom, they are the poles. This is one of the primary places where you will find the creatures that are very much accustomed to cold climes. And so the giants that you might call frost giants, but these big cold-loving giants, are more likely to be found here than elsewhere, certainly in the higher mountains and that kind of thing. But they're not going to be hanging around some hot swamp, right? So this is the idea. But I love Subloom. It's got wonderful, wonderful opportunity. Subloom is the name given to the southern polar region of the weirded world. It is a fog-shrouded, cold, ice-covered, and wind-swept desolation that rarely sees warm days and almost never sees significant greenery on its lands. Many towering mountains push up from the thick covering of ice and snow that blankets the continent, and more than a few of these are active volcanoes, making the whole region a frequent battleground between the native frost giants, aided by their lesser kin, and the fire giants from the ash-choked isles to the west of Sundestia, who seek to claim the igneous peaks for their own. The only areas that support life are the most extreme edges of the continent, where huge swaths of tundra give some measure of opportunity for living things to survive. In these places, herds of horned, fur-covered suendra, which are related to the mountain quenda, that inhabit a number of high ranges on other continents of the planet, run in herds and feed upon the lichens and snow grasses that somehow survive throughout the entire annum, even during the dark months. These are in turn hunted by the ferocious white-furred Eisenbears, the dangerous polar wolves, and hardy bands of Sublumian barbarians, as well as the winter ogres, ice trolls, frost giants, and other fearful beings that inhabit the continent. So we will talk more about Subloom on the next installment of Goo Morning Zyathé, not the one from Genzacon. The one that we do after that, because I want to talk a little bit more about both poles as we go. I think I already talked about Abloom. I can't remember if I did. But the poles are interesting and wonderful place to travel. So we want to discuss them. But we thought hard about the poles because we wanted them to be places to be visited, not places that you sort of just threw into the world. So more on Subloom next time we get together. How was that, Camera Mandy? I did it short and sweet.
Sounds good.
Yes, very good.
So let's go ahead and sign off of Goo Morning. But stick around because we're going to be doing a preview of.
Yes, if you are a game master and you are going to be running this Darkness in Genzacon prelude, stick around. And if you want to just hear about it, you can stick around as well. Just please, if you're a player and you're thinking about you want to play in this, don't stick around for that reason. All right.
May all your adventures.
Oh, yeah, go ahead, Kim. I cut to you.
No.
You do it. You got this. Look at how easy it is for her to cut.
I can't do it now. I'm tickled. May all your adventures be sticky.
Aha!
Aha.